What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and there's been a huge debate going on ever since I put out the video about, the free 90 overall power-up pass that you get. I use it on Denzel Ward, right? So we've had some issues with people saying, you know what about Jamal Adams, Gmi? I think Jamal Adams is more valuable to any squad. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about a few things. I'm going to first pull up the Jamal Adams. Now, for those of you guys that don't understand what's going on, because some of you guys are new to the channel, and you're like, what do you mean free? Well, pretty much what happens is these power-up passes allow you to not have to use the actual card that goes into the set. So pretty much right now, what we're going to take a look at, Jamal Adams is a strong safety. He's a 90 overall card. So you won't need this 90 overall card in his power-up path if you are able to go ahead and get a power-up pass, which you can get at MUT level 60. All right, so that's pretty much what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at, some of the prices here. Now, remember, Jamal Adams was a limited card. So that's obvious that his price is going to be wild and ridiculous, but that doesn't mean that he's better than the other cards that are available depending on the team that you're playing. Now, remember, he played for the Jets, which is probably one of the worst things he's ever done in his career, but that's not what this is about, the Jets being a terrible football team. What this is about is, are you guys correct about the comparison to utilizing him instead of Denzel Ward as your free 90 overall card? Let's take a look at what's going on. So look, he's going to get powered up to a 90 speed. Let's say that you guys going through the power-up pass and you're inserting that 90 overall power-up into his set to utilize it. Instead of spending 700K, you're going to put that power-up pass for a free Jamal Adams. So I'm going to add +1 to all of the major stats, and we're going to see what's going on, all right? Pretty much, he's going to go to a 90 speed, 89 excel. So that 90 speed with Sprinter is going to go to 92. If you have a theme team, you can add more to it. Great, nice for you, right? 92 speed, about, I guess, like a 90 excel. Hit power goes up 1, zone goes up 1, man coverage goes up 1, and then you go ahead and chem it with lockdown, add up to 5 or 6 or whatever, you get to do with that man coverage situation. And then there you have it. You're going to have a real big, powerful, strong safety. All right. What are you going to utilize them as? Are you going to run nickel, big nickel? That seems to be like the meta. Dudes running around, running right through the gap, sacking me instantly. Are you going to be doing that? Are you going to actually play coverage with him? What are you going to do? Now, yes, he is a hybrid type strong safety, right? The dude can play corner and he can play strong safety because that man coverage meets that threshold right before the 90. For those of you guys that are asking like, yo, Gmia, what do you mean by that threshold right before the 90? I mean that 85 to 89 is pretty much the same thing. But with the power-up path, he's only going to get to 88. So he's going to be below that 90 threshold, even with the boost that goes above it. Now, I've tested it, which is why I've adjusted my team, and I understand what EA's point of emphasis is, so I'm just relaying the messages. Once you get to the 90, it's a whole different tier, but it has to be part of the actual screen that you see here without the boost. Okay, so we know looking at this card, he's going to go to 88, and that's pretty much where he's going to be. All right, so you're going to get a 92 speed run support guy, great hit power, which really doesn't matter as much because there's not a lot of fumbles in the game, guys. And I keep telling you guys that it's kind of ridiculous to try to hope for something that's just not real. Dudes don't fumble. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're not playing that all Madden mode and you go to regular head-to-head on all pro, you can hit stick any quarterback except, well, Lamar Jackson doesn't fumble. Michael Vick, I think he fumbled a couple times, but let's just say Lamar Jackson. You can hit stick Lamar Jackson when he can't even move, like a guy's doing hurry up, and he still will not fumble the football. So the hit power, even though it's exciting, if it was Madden 20, I would understand your argument. But I'm telling you right now, I've been hit sticking players and they do not fumble. My players fumble a lot now all of a sudden on kickoff, especially Dion, but in the actual game, there is not a lot of fumbles. So if EA tuned it, this guy would be a monster, just because he's able to force those fumbles. But remember, guys, I rage sold Atwater because Enforcer just didn't work. And it was a joke. And it still is at that same type of area where you're hit sticking players and there's no reaction. So I don't want to go down that route, and I don't want to tell you foolishness because you'll come back and say, yeah, but I'm not forcing fumbles, which I know is the case. So look, you're getting a 92 hit power, which in my opinion doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there because Taylor May's, pretty much the same thing. I'm hit sticking people, no fumbles, right? He's a 92 speed, which without a theme team is going to be 3 speed points lower than Denzel Ward, right? You can put Denzel Ward at safety to cover people the same way you can do Jamal Adams. The only difference is you can put him in at sub linebacker, and he's a run support archetype, so he'll play the run better. So in cases where Denzel Ward may not make a tackle or he may get trucked, we're assuming that that won't happen to Jamal Adams if you have him in the box. That's a very, very important thing as well. So I'm giving you guys the pros and cons, right? What happens in the game when somebody keeps running the ball down your throat and you can't stop it? For me, right, I have Taylor Mays. And Taylor Mays, in my opinion, is very, very similar to this Jamal Adams, right? So I can tell you, based on what I've seen with Taylor Mays, a lot of the stuff that you guys are looking for, you're not going to get out of Jamal Adams based on the way the game plays, right? The only thing that's better about Jamal Adams, in my opinion, is that man coverage. He jumps over the 85 man coverage threshold. So he's in between the 85 and 89. So he might not get beat on a simple step post route, as opposed to Taylor Mays, who will. The dude will absolutely get torched. So in coverage, you will be able to use Jamal Adams. The bigger thing about Taylor Mays, though, is he actually chems to 95 speed. So even if you get a step, he's 6'3", most of the time he'll jump and pick the ball off, even if you beat him. Just giving you guys some insight into my strong safety versus this strong safety here, okay? The zone coverage, obviously, he's like I said, he does both pretty well. Jamal Adams, not an issue. But you can see with the hit power on Taylor Mays, 93. I can't even tell you how. It's very, very rare that I force a fumble, is all I'm saying. So for all of you guys that are hyped, yo, Jamal Adams is a boss, I understand, but this is not Madden 20. And I can show you clip after clip after clip of dudes not fumbling the football, getting blasted by dudes with 100 hit power. So all of that doesn't matter. So if you're looking to just go ahead and put him in the box, run big nickel, run different formations where you can get him in the box as a sub linebacker, double A gap, if that's your style of play, he may be better for you. But let me tell you something though. If it turns out that you have to play coverage, right, and you want to get a guy out there that can actually press, we saw his press is like 60, I believe, right? Let's take a look at that just to make sure. I don't want to take it away from you without you actually seeing it, right? All right, so his press is a 60. So look, if you utilize him in the box and that's all you're trying to figure out and like that's the key, that's what you want, I have no issue with you. That's what you want to do, that's fine. That's something that you believe is going to help you win games, and I am with you with that, right? Now, let's take a look at Denzel Ward and why I chose him as my free player with the 90 overall power-up pass. Let's take a look at what you're getting from Denzel Ward, right? No matter where I put him, at safety, whatever I'm doing with him, it doesn't matter. He's always around. He's always making a play. Why is he doing that? Because this game, just like every other Madden game, is predicated on speed. And speed is one of the most important factors that you will get in this actual game. So he has 95 speed, 95 excel, right? His play record is a 91. His tackle is very, very low. That doesn't matter. He shoots the gap. He's making a warp tackle. You guys know this. I don't know why I have to keep telling you guys this. The warp tackle was created by Satan, and that warp tackle, they will be right there to make the play no matter what. So you have to understand that with the way that everything goes, you can warp tackle anybody. Deion Sanders, let me just show you Deion Sanders. He has a 55 tackle. You can't truck Deion Sanders with Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson will get warp tackled by Deion Sanders. That is very important for you guys to understand that. So when you think about what you're telling me and what I am trying to suggest to you, you got to understand, I'm giving you the better deal. I'm giving you a guy that's more than likely not going to get burnt in coverage ever. Like, it's ridiculous what this guy does. Not only that, all the other stats don't matter because if you do a conservative tackle, you can actually dive and warp tackle somebody from 10 yards away. So does it really matter that Jamal Adams has all those souped up stats? Unless you have a theme team. Now, if you have a theme team, that's different. Because you're going to make Jamal Adams a 94 speed, and then he's kind of closer to Denzel Ward. So it's like, all right, he probably could make the same plays and run down the field. But that 95 speed, 95 acceleration is not a joke. That's real deal stuff. And that's a free 90 overall power pass right there. 89 to 90 overall power pass. And he's not getting beat. And like, I can tell you this much. I ran through the Madden, all Madden on my my most recent Twitch stream. I won 2 Super Bowls in an hour and a half. Denzel Ward did not get burnt once. He made tackles. He did everything he's supposed to do. And I put him in at safety because I played Denzel Ward at my free safety position. So he did every single thing that your Jamal Adams would have done. Not only that, when I put him in coverage, he's one-on-one and dudes is doing double moves and he's picking it off. So you guys have to understand that. And another thing, the bigger thing that comes with it, he has a 93 press. So you can actually come out, press, and stay with the receivers the whole way through. That is a very important factor in this year's Madden. So I want you guys to just think about that as we continue to debate it. And if you still feel that Jamal Adams is the better case, you go with Jamal Adams. But I'm going to tell you right now, Denzel Ward is unbelievable in this game, and I just suggest it. I'm not demanding it, I'm just suggesting it. Give him a try, compare the two, and make your decision. It's free anyway. You just take the pass off and give it to somebody else. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. You go ahead and have an unbelievable day. One love, y'all.